Hello everyone, today I'm going to show you how to crochet this super easy and cute cardigan. You can make it for a child, for a toddler, for a baby, or even for a grown-up. It's really easy to adjust the size and it's super fun to do. And now I will show you what we need and how to crochet this beautiful cardigan. Today I'm using a 6.5mm crochet hook. You will also need a pair of scissors and a yarn needle. And today I'm using the High-Filled Spirit Chunky yarn. It's a beautiful yarn to work with. You see it's very colorful and super soft. Like I said, this is a chunky yarn and it has 169 yards per skein. And for my cardigan for my 6-year-old, I used 5 of those. Of course, you can use any yarn you want, but this is the yarn I used, and like I said, I used 5 skeins of this yarn. We will start with a slip knot and we will crochet chains for our first row. So first you need to grab the yarn, pull through, and keep repeating this until you have 50 chains. I needed 50 chains for the size for my 6-year-old, but you can adjust the size very easily. All you have to do is keep making your chains, and then you have to try it on. Or if you want to make it for a baby, all you need is a little sweater. But here you can see I painted a little body here, and your chain has to be a length from almost one elbow to the other. So a little bit over the shoulders, a little bit over the elbow, like here, and till the other side. So just try it on. I will paint like a t-shirt here, so you can see it has to be a little bit longer than that. This is our starting chain we need to get the desired length we need for our cardigan. And then of course you adjust the length for it. In the rows we will be crocheting, but this is how you adjust the size for whoever you want to make it. If it's for a baby or for you, just try it on and then we can start our pattern. I just finished crocheting my 50 chains and now we have to crochet 4 more chains. So I have a total of 54 chains, and now we need the 4th chain from our hook. The loop on the hook does not count as a stitch, so just count 1, 2, 3, and 4. Yarn over, insert your hook into the 4th loop from the hook, grab the yarn, pull up, go through the first 2 loops. We will be working in double crochet and through the other 2 loops. And now yarn over, insert your hook into the next stitch, grab the yarn, pull up, and repeat, making a double crochet. And now you will just make 1 double crochet in every stitch until you reach your last stitch. I am now in my last stitch, and for the next row we will chain 3 and turn a work around. And now what we'll be doing in the very first stitch over here, we will be working our first double crochet. So yarn over, in the very first stitch make your first double crochet, and now you will repeat making 1 double crochet in every stitch until you get to your last stitch. And I will see you back in just a moment. I'm here almost in my last stitch. What I wanted to show you what we are going to do in this pattern, we will be working into the last double crochet from the previous row. So just insert your hook in the last double crochet and we will skip the chain 3 over here. This is a lot easier for a beginner. Don't worry, we will still get a straight edge. Just what we are going to do is for the next row, you will chain 3, turn your work around, and now again in the very first stitch here you will work your first double crochet, and you will repeat this row over and over again until you reach the desired length you need for your cardigan. Of course, it depends on the size again. What I did, I'm going to crochet 30 rows and I will reach a little bit over the hips. Of course, you can make it longer or shorter. This is totally up to you. Like I said, I will be working 30 rows for my 6-year-old in this yarn, but all you have to do is keep crocheting until you reach the desired length you need for your cardigan. And I will repeat this, and I will see you back in just a moment. I repeated the row over and over again for my back piece, and like I said, I needed a total of 30 rows. Of course, you can adjust it. Like I said, you can make it longer or shorter. This is totally up to you. But if you're done with your back piece, I will show you now how to work the front piece. Now we are ready to start our front panels. We will be making 2 front panels, and it's very, very easy to do. The first thing you have to do is count your stitches. I had a total of 50 stitches for this cardigan, and we will need to multiply it in half, so I will be working in 25 stitches. For example, if you make it larger and you had 60 stitches, you will need 30. So it's super, super easy to do. And we are not going to cut the yarn. We will be chaining 3 again, and now we will turn our work around and we will repeat like we did before. This makes it easier. We just crochet so we don't have to sew the front panels on. So in the very first stitch over here, we will be making our first double crochet, and the chain 3 in this row does not count as a double crochet. So this is our first double crochet, and we will be working in the first 25 double crochets. So I will be making 25 double crochets for this row, and I will see you back in just a moment. I finished my 25 double crochets, and we will leave the other 25 like they are now. We are not going to work in them. We will stop right here. If we are done with the first front panel, we will cut the yarn and start in this stitch over here again. We will connect the yarn again with a knot, and then we will be working the other 25 stitches. But for now, we will be working the first front panel. So now chain 2, turn your work again, and just repeat like we did in the previous row. So in the very first stitch over here, insert your hook and work your first double crochet. The chain 2 does not count as a stitch. This is very important, and just make sure you have 25 stitches if you are making the same size like I did, and repeat making this row until you get a total of 30 rows. It has to be the same amount like the back, so just 30 rows. I just finished my 30 rows, and the front piece has the same length like the back piece. And now we have to start our second panel, which is super, super easy to do also, and I will show you how. So first, turn your work around. I have it now on my right side, and now we need the first unworked stitch from the other 25 stitches. So just insert your hook. Now grab the yarn, pull it through the first stitch, and I always like to secure it with a knot. It's just the easiest way, so that way I know it's not gonna open up on me. So make a knot, and now insert your hook again into the same stitch, grab the yarn, pull up, and chain 3. In this row, the chain 3 will count as our first double crochet, and now just 1 double crochet in every stitch. And in this row, you should also have 25 double crochets. Just count it when you're done with this row to make sure you have your 25 stitches, and then you will repeat making 30 rows of double crochets like we did on the other front panel. So it's super, super easy. So finish your other front panel, and I will see you back in just a little bit. I just finished my other front panel, and we are done with our big pieces of the cardigan. You can see this is my back panel and these are my two front panels. I'm not going to cut the yarn. What we are going to do now is already start the border for the front, which is super easy. I will be making one single crochet all the way around until I reach the beginning, the end of the other front panel, and then I will chain one, turn my work around and work one single crochet back. So first chain one, and now just insert your hook wherever you can and make a single crochet. So just one single crochet all the way around, and I will see you back once I reach the end of my second front panel. So just go along here, one single crochet, then back on the other side, and once you get over here you will chain one, turn your work around and work one row of single crochets again, but I will show you this in just a moment. So just one single crochet in every stitch. I finished the first row of single crochets. Like you see, I went all the way around, and now I reach the end of my other front panel over here. And what we're going to do now is chain one, turn our work around, and now it's easier. We will be working another row of single crochet. So in the very first single crochet from the previous row, work one single crochet, and you will repeat this all the way around until you reach the last single crochet. I just finished my second row of the single crochets. I'm in my last stitch now, and now we are finished off. So chain one, pull tight, grab your scissors and cut the yarn. So just cut the yarn, grab your hook and just pull through and pull tight. And this is how it looks like. And now we will mark our armholes, which is super easy. All we need are the two open sides on this side here, and we can mark our armholes for our cardigan. The first thing I wanted to show you, I'm still working on my wrong side. You can see I still have my ends over here, and we are going to mark our armholes. And for this cardigan, I will be using the 11th row to mark my armholes. Like I said, just make sure it's all nice and even. And once you have that, we will count 10 rows down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And into the 11th row over here on both sides, I'm going to insert a marker. Like I said, this is just how I wanted to do this. If you want to make the armholes wider, you can also do this, but I marking the 11th row, and I will already do the same thing on the other side. So make sure it's all nice and even again. Make sure the bottom is laying nice and flat, and we will be doing the same thing on this side. So again, on the 11th row, let's just count your 10 rows, and on the 11th row we will place our marker again. So this is our armhole, and in a minute we will just sew in both sides, but of course we will leave the armholes open. To sew it together, we will need a longer piece of yarn and our yarn needle, and we will insert our needle right under our marker. So over here I will just insert and go through the both pieces and pull through. Just leave a little bit a tail, because you have to sew this tail in once you're done sewing both pieces together. I will turn this around, it's a little bit easier for me to show you. And now it's very easy. We're going to insert our needle from the inside to the outside and pull through. And now we will insert the needle again on the other side from the inside out. And you will repeat this all the way along until you reach the end of the rows. So from the inside to the outside, from the one side and then from the other side. It's super easy. Just take your time and make sure it's nice and even here and there. Like you can see, I'm checking if it's all nice and even. And you will repeat this until you reach your last stitches, and then you will sew in your ends, and you will repeat exactly the same on the other side. So just finish both sides, sewing both sides together, and then I will show you how to start our armholes. Once you are done sewing both sides together, we are going to turn our work around. So we will turn the whole cardigan around so that we are facing the nice side, the front side. And in just a moment, I will show you how we will crochet our arms. It's super easy to do. So turn your work around and we can start our arms. I always like to insert my hook where the stitch marker was, so down here. So just insert your hook through, grab your yarn again and pull through, and also over here I like to secure it with a knot. And now it's super easy again. We are going to insert a hook into the same stitch again. Grab the yarn, pull up and chain 3. And what we are going to do, we are going to make 1 double crochet all the way around. Just make sure the double crochets are nice and even. And what's important here is that you count your double crochets and write it down, because you will need about the same amount. If you have 1 or 2 more on the other side, that's okay, but that you have almost about the same amount of double crochets on the other armhole too. So just make 1 double crochet all the way around, count them, write them down, and I will see you back in just a moment. I worked 1 double crochet all the way around. And what we are going to do, we are going to insert a hook in the 3rd chain and make a slip knot. And now it's super easy. We are just going to work 1 double crochet all the way around. So again, chain 3 in the same stitch, or in the first stitch, make 1 double crochet. And now just 1 double crochet all the way around. It's super easy from now on. So just repeat, making 1 double crochet all the way around. I will crochet a couple rows, and then I will tell you how many rows exactly I needed for my first arm. So just 1 double crochet in every stitch all the way around. I repeated the row for a total of 13 rows, but we are not done yet. What I'm going to do, we are going to work 2 more rows with decreases, and this makes a nice round form in the front for the armhole, and I will show you how to do that. For row 14, we will chain 3, and into the first stitch here we will work our first double crochet. The chain 3 does not count as a double crochet, and we will make 3 more double crochets. So we need a total of 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And now we will make a double crochet decrease. So it's super easy. Yarn over, insert your hook into the next stitch, pull up and go through the first 2 loops and leave it like this. You have 2 loops on your hook, yarn over, insert your hook into the next stitch, grab the yarn, pull up and go through the first 2 loops. Now you have 3 loops on your hook, and now grab the yarn and go through all 3 loops. And now again 4 double crochets, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And now again we will make a double crochet decrease. Yarn over, insert your hook into the next stitch and go through the first 2 loops. Yarn over, insert your hook into the next stitch, grab your yarn, pull up and go through the first 2 loops. Now again 3 loops on your hook and go through all 3 loops. And now again 4 double crochets and then again 2 double crochet decrease. So 2 double crochets together, and repeat this all the way around. I'm here at the end of my row and we will insert our hook into the first double crochet and make a slip stitch. For our 15th row we will chain 3 again and work our first double crochet into the first stitch here. Like here also the first chain 3 does not count as a stitch, and in this row we will make 2 more double crochets, so we need 3 double crochets in total, 1, 2, 3, and now a decrease like we did in the row before. And once you have 3 loops you go through all 3 loops, and now again 3 double crochets, 1, 2 and 3, and now a double crochet 2 together. And you will repeat making 3 double crochets and then 2 together all the way around. At the end of the row you will insert your hook into the first double crochet and make a slip stitch. For the last row we will be working in single crochets, so chain 1 in the very first stitch here, work your first single crochet. We will need 3 single crochets, so 2, and into the next stitch our 3rd single crochet, and now we need 2 single crochets together. So insert your hook, I'll show you again, insert your hook into the next stitch, grab the yarn, pull up and leave it like that. Insert your hook into the next stitch, grab the yarn, pull up. You have 3 loops on your hook, and now go through all 3 loops. It's super easy, and we will repeat 3 single crochets and 3, and now 2 single crochet together. So 1 to the next stitch, grab the yarn, pull up and go through all 3 loops. And this you will repeat all the way around, so 3 single crochets and then 2 single crochet together, and repeat this all the way around, and I will see you back in just a moment. I repeated this all the way around, and into my first single crochet I will insert my hook and make a slip stitch, and now we will finish off. So chain 1, pull tight, cut the yarn. So just cut the yarn, grab your hook, pull through and pull tight, and we are done. All you have to do now is just sew in all your ends, and you see with the decrease rows we have this super cute form for our arms. And this is it. All you have to do is sew in all your ends, and we are done with our cardigan. So I finished sewing in all my ends and we are done. I really hope you enjoyed crocheting this beautiful and super easy cardigan with me. I would love to see your pictures of your cardigan, of your project. You can also find me on Instagram. Have a wonderful day and I hope to see you back soon. Bye.